Hey there, welcome to the latest episode of Hiker Homily. Today I've kind of covered the subject before, but I recently got some interesting messages via Instagram that kind of show a perfect example of the kind of review phishing that goes on. And I'm kind of doing that because for those of you who like to buy gear and things like that, you have to be careful that just because a product has a whole bunch of 5-star reviews, there are ways to manipulate that. Either the seller themselves create bots, many bots, if they have the ability and technology to do that, and those bots give them a whole bunch of 5-star reviews, thus inflating things. AI is not helping in that endeavor because now they can do it even more prolifically and make it sound more like a person really reviewing the product. And also they try and get just people to just give them 5-star reviews just because. So here we go. And he contacted me on Instagram, a public thing, so I am not going to hide the name. An account named Joe Sunshine says, "Hello, this is Joe from Tan Ren on Amazon. We invite you to test our product and tell us your usage experience. Let me know if you're interested." Now that right away does interest me because he sounds at first like he's trying to be honest. Like maybe he wants to send me a product or something like that so I can actually test it out, because he literally says, invite you to test our product, tell us your usage experience. So, here's the product and stuff like that. So I ask him, what product is it? He sends me a picture of this kind of fancy looking, almost wakizashi style knife. Not really something I or most people I know would carry while hiking or backpacking or things like that. So he says, this is the outdoor knife we are reviewing. So I tell him basically, what do I mean by test the product? And then I just lay it out. I like to be 100% honest. When these guys cold contact me just out of the blue and say they want me to test something for them because they've seen that I have a hiking channel on Instagram or on YouTube and stuff like that, I just lay it out for them. Here's how I do things. I field test things, and then my review, my Instagram and YouTube will get the review, and it's going to be 100% honest. If I don't like a product, I say I don't like it, and I give reasons why I don't like it. If I do like a product, same thing. Yes, this was a good product, and here's why I liked it. So 100%, it's not an automatic 5-star thing. So I just basically tell them at the end, if that's an issue, how I do things, or you are looking for fluff reviews, I don't do those. And I give a little shoulder hand shrug thing. So he comes back with an okay. We're hoping to gather a positive Amazon review for the product. Okay, well, that's nice, but did you read what I just said? That's just what you want? So basically, that's what I said. When I hear that from people who contact me out of the blue, it tends to mean they want a favorable review in exchange for free stuff, cheap stuff, or even if the stuff is crap quality. I don't screw over my subscribers like that. I give good reviews to products that are actually good, not for simply receiving one. Because at first he was talking like I was going to get the product to see the usage out of it, right? That's what he said originally. Try to see what he sends me next. So yeah, honest product reviews, fully transparent. That's awesome. If you want an automatic fluff review, pad your numbers. I don't do that kind of dishonest crap. So yes, I'm interested if you are okay with how I do things review-wise. He comes back with, I am confident my product, because it is the same as the one in the picture I sent you, but it may not be the case for you. I still hope to get a 5-star review. Okay, so that's sounding like, okay, so I sent you this picture. Can I still please have a 5-star review? After everything I've explained. So now I'm either talking to a bot, an AI bot, that isn't getting what I'm saying, or he's purposefully being obtuse because it's not going the way he wanted to go. And so he's getting a little more desperate and just basically saying, can I please have a 5-star review? So I said, cool, so long as you understand it gets what it earns, not an automatic high rating. A pretty picture is not a guarantee of quality or usefulness, because that's all I've seen so far is this pretty picture. He says, I can take a real picture of the knife and send it to you next week so you can know if you can give it a 5-star rating. If you can, we can work together. Isn't that sweet? I mean, he is. He'll take an actual, he's not going to use the studio picture he's got. He's going to take an actual picture of the knife and send it to me so I can give it a 5-star rating. Isn't that great? For all I know, this knife is a piece of crap that's not even sharp and is for pretty looks only. He doesn't do a thing. But he just wants a 5-star rating if he sends a real picture of it. So again, I'm absolutely not going to rate a knife or any type of gear based on a picture. It's ridiculous. I have told you how I operate. Once again, I told him a couple of times how I do things. He seemed to ignore that. How I operate, there are no guarantees of a 5-star rating. If I receive the product and can field test it on several trips, then I will give it the rating it earns. You appear to want a 5-star review just because, and that's a disingenuous way to do things and not how I operate. So yeah, and then he basically says, okay, thanks, basically, and then I haven't heard from him since. So guess what? This was a person or a bot working for a company that was basically, look at this neat picture of this awesome looking knife. And the picture was pretty. It's a cool looking blade. Is it the kind of blade I would normally take with me camping or something? No, that's like something I would wear at a show or a convention or a Ren fair or something like that. That is not the kind of thing I would take with me hiking or anything like that. And for all I know, it is a costume blade. It's not made for hiking, camping. I don't see that being that big of a thing. But just based on the picture alone, he was fishing for a 5-star review, and that's how they do it, folks. They get as many people as they can with maybe the promise of some product, but even that, he never actually said he was going to send it to me. At first, it sounded like he was like, after your use of the product and blah, blah, blah. Then when I laid out automatically, here's how I do things, it doesn't sound like he's going to send it to me anymore. He's willing to take a real picture of the blade, insinuating that the one he sent me is kind of fake or studio set up to make it look pretty. He'll send me a real picture of the blade for a 5-star review. But apparently I don't get to actually test the product or anything. And that's what they do. They're obviously not going to send anything. The one and only time on this whole channel I have ever received a product was from Pioneer Bear Camp. I received their hydration bladder. I was able to touch it, feel it. I took it out on several hikes and I did a fair review on that. It was a positive review. It was a decent product. Unfortunately, I don't think they're around anymore. It's too bad because they made a good product that was quality. And I did give them a good review because the product earned a good review. Other than that, I have gotten plenty of emails and messages like this of people just saying, hey, look at what this looks like in this picture. Can you give it a 5-star review? So it makes me wonder how many people out there like me who have small channels get contacted like that and decide to just do that. I really don't know. But I'm making this video to let you guys know that that's the kind of thing that goes on. You have to be careful. And that just because a product looks like, and this goes for not just hiking gear, this goes for apps, this goes for all kinds of stuff. Just because there's a whole bunch of 5-star reviews on it doesn't mean that's a legit grade. There are ways to manipulate that system, and these companies do it all the time. So just be aware of that. Hey, I hope your things are going well. As you can see, we got some really nice weather. Finally, I've been getting a lot of cool gardening done. We've been doing some videos on that. And so we'll be getting stuff out soon. And a lot of stuff going on with our family that will hopefully be cleared by mid to late April, I am hoping. Right now, it's the beginning of April, first week of April when I'm filming this. So mid to late April, I'm hoping a lot of that side stuff that's just been keeping me busy will be cleared, and I'll be free to start doing some hiking in the daytime on my own. And then hopefully my wife will be joining me for some fun weekend trips and hiking and road trips and things like that. But until then, I'm kind of making do. Finally, with some good weather, I can get out here in the backyard and do some gardening. So I'll be doing some videos on that too, because I'm kind of expanded the channel to do that kind of thing. So hope you all having a good time and you're enjoying some good weather yourself. I know parts of the country are having trouble still, but I hope you're having a good weather, enjoying things. Happy spring, and I'll catch you next time.